ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जयम्। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। Namaskar and welcome back to Amara Bharati Samskrita YouTube channel, where we are studying the Ruchira Tritiyo Bhagaha class 8 textbook. In that, the Dvadashaha Pathaha Kah Rakshati Kah Rakshakah. So the meaning is Kah Rakshati is who is the protector. Kah Rakshitah means who is the protected. We now look at the lesson along with an English explanation. There is a short introduction to this lesson in Hindi, of which I am giving you the translation. This current lesson is a conversational lesson, Samvadatmaka part, composed in simple Sanskrit language, keeping in mind the improvement in cleanliness and environment or remedy in cleanliness and environmental issues. How can we keep our nearby surroundings clean and also keep in mind about not polluting our rivers, not cutting down our trees, rather growing more and more trees, and also make the earth green or greener with plants. Reducing the usage of plastic, play an active role in protecting the environment. All of these points are discussed in this lesson. This lesson starts with a conversation between some friends who, in the evening time, having been tormented by the excess heat during the daytime, have come out of their homes. We start the lesson proper. Grishma Ritau, in the summer season, Sayankale, in the evening, Vidyut Abhave, with no electric power. Prachanda Ushmana Piditaha Vaibhavaha, being tormented by the severe or excess heat. A person by name Vaibhav, Grihat Nishkramati, comes out of his house. Vaibhav says, Are Parminder, oh Parminder, Api Tvam Api Vidyut Abhavena Piditaha Bahihi Agataha. Have you also come out being tormented by the lack of electric power? Then Parminder says, Am Mitra, yes, oh friend. Ekataha, on the one side, Prachanda Atapa Kalaha, is a severe heat season. Anyataha cha, on the other side, Vidyut Abhavaha, there is a lack of electric power. On one side we have a lot of heat, on the other side there is lack of electric power, which means we can't switch on the fans, etc. Param, however, Bahihi Agatya Api, upon coming out also, Pashyami, I see. What do I see? Yat that Vayuvegahatu Sarvatha Avaruddhaha. I see that the air or the wind is not moving at all. There is no movement of wind or air. Satyam eva uktam means the truth is indeed said like this, said so. What is told? Praniti pavanena jagat sakalam srishtir nikhila chaitanyamayi kshanamapi na jivyate nena vina sarvatishayi mulyaf pavanaha. Praniti pavanena jagat sakalam srishtir nikhila chaitanyamayi kshanamapi na jivyate nena vina sarvatishayi mulyaf pavanaha. Padacheda or the split of words is like this. praniti pavanena jagat sakalam srishtihi nikhila chaitanyamayi kshanam api na जीव्यते अनेन विना सर्व अतिशायी मूल्यः पवनः. अन्वय is like this: जगत् सकलं पवनेन प्राणिति निखिला सृष्टिः चैतन्यमयी अस्ति अनेन विना कः अपि क्षणमपि न जीव्यते सर्व अतिशायी मूल्यः पवनः अस्ति. The meanings are Pratipadartha, individual word meanings are Jagat Sakalam, Sakalam Jagat, the entire world. Pavanena Praniti, lives by or lives because of air. Nikhila Srishtihi, the entire creation, Chaitanyamayi, is filled with consciousness, or we can say as life. Anena Vina, without this, Kshanam Api na Jivyate, cannot live even for a moment, for a second. Sarva Atishayi Mulyaha, more valuable than the most valuable things, Pavanaha, is air. What is the overall meaning? Is like this: entire world lives or is living because of air. The entire creation, without leaving out anything. Nikhila means without leaving out even a small bit. Entire creation is filled with life or consciousness. Nobody can live even for a second without this air. Air is the most precious among all the valuable things in this world. Learning is, air is very precious, and therefore we should strive to keep it clean and pure. Without defiling, we should not make it impure. Next, continuing further, Vinayaha, Vinay says, Are Mitra, O friend, Sharirat na kevalam Sveda bindavaha. From the body, not just drops of sweat. Sveda means sweat. Bindu means drop. Not just drops of sweat. Apitu, but also Sveda dharaha iva prasravanti. But also a continuous flow of sweat itself happens like a river, like a dhara, like a flow of sweat. Not just drop, but a continuous flow of sweat is happening. Prasravanti. Smriti patham ayati. Shukla mahodayaihi rachitaha shlokaha. This shloka, composed by Sri Shukla Mahodaya, comes smriti patham, comes in the path of my memory, meaning it comes to mind. I get reminded of this particular shloka, which is composed by Sri Shukla ji. What is that? We'll see. Taptairvatadharairavitum lokan nabhasi meghaha arakshi vibhagajana iva samaye naiva drishyante. Taptairvataghathairavitum lokan nabhasi meghaha arakshi vibhagajana iva samaye naiva drishyante. Padacheda is like this: Taptaihi vata aghataihi avitum lokan nabhasi meghaha arakshi vibhagajanaha iva samaye na eva drishyante. Anvaya, prose order is Taptaihi Vata aghataihi meghaha nabhasi lokan avitum arakshi vibhaga janaha iva samaye na eva drishyante. Meaning, Pratipadartha is like this: Taptaihi vata aghataihi, because of the torment due to the hot air flow, due to the flow of hot air, avitum, to protect, lokan, the worlds, nabhasi, in the sky, meghaha, clouds, Arakshi Vibhaga Janaha, policemen, protectors, Iva, just like Samaye, at the right time, Naeva, not indeed, Drishyante, are seen. What is the meaning? What is the overall meaning? Clouds in the sky, which are supposed to protect the world from the hot air, are not seen at the right time, at the appropriate time. And the poet is giving one example. In olden day movies, what would happen is that after the fight between the hero and the villain, which means after the villain has been defeated, then only the policemen people will arrive at the scene. So just as policemen are not seen at the needed times. That's what is the meaning of this particular shloka. Learning is clouds are supposed to come in the sky, means rain bearing dark clouds are supposed to come in the sky periodically, so that the earth is not dried up, the earth is not parched. So rain comes periodically and the earth is indeed always green. In fact, in the Tiruppavai, which comes as a part of the Nalayara Divya Prabandham in Tamil, Andal says, in the third Pasharam she says, Tingal Mummari Peyde, means every month there should be 3 rains which come, is what Andal says in the Tiruppavai. Means every 10 days there should be a rain, so that the earth is never dried up. So that's what the poet is telling. Clouds are supposed to come, rain bearing clouds are supposed to come periodically, but they are not coming at all because we have destroyed the environment. Next, Parminder says, Am Adyatu Vastutah Eva. Yes, today it's indeed like this. Nidaghatapataptasya yati taluhi shushkatam pumso bhayarditasyeva svedavajjayate vapuhu. Nidaghatapataptasya yati taluhi shushkatam pumso bhayarditasyeva svedavajjayate vapuhu. So the padacheda, split of words, is nidaghatapataptasya yati taluhu hi shushkatam pumsaha bhaya arditasya iva svedavat jayate vapuhu. Anvaya is nidagha tapataptasya manushyasya taluhu shushkatam yati hi bhayaditasya pumsaha vapuhu svedavat iva jayate, like that. So the meaning is nidagha tapataptasya, of a person who is tormented by the heat of peak summer. Taluhu, the palate or the throat region of the person. Shushkatam, dryness. Yatihi, indeed gets. Bhayarditasya pumsa, of a frightened person. Vapuhu, the body. Svedavat iva, like sweat. Jayate, goes away. The overall meaning is the throat region of a person who is tormented by the heat of peak summer indeed becomes dry or parched. He gets thirsty. Just as the body of a frightened person gets dry, bereft of moisture content, or dehydrated as the evaporation of sweat. Learning is, with increasing temperatures, as we call as global warming, indeed it becomes difficult for human beings to survive. Survival itself becomes a real challenge for all the human beings, not just humans, animals, plants, everybody. Joseph says, Mitrani, O friends, yatra tatra, wherever, bahu bhumika bhavananam, bhumigata marganam, visheshatah metro marganam, upari gami setunam ityadinam nirmanaya means for the construction of what? Bahu bhumika bhavananam, skyscrapers means multi-storied buildings. Bhumigata marganam means subterranean passages or underground passages. Visheshatah metro marganam, especially underground metro paths. Upari gami setunam, flyovers means bridges which are above the ground. For those construction of all of these things, nirmanaya vrikshaha kartyante, and others, ityadinam, and also others, what happens? Such structures, trees get cut. Vrikshaah kartyante. Tarhi then anyat kim apekshyate asmabhihi. Then what else can be expected by people like us? What else can we expect when trees are continuously getting cut away, cut down for construction of skyscrapers or underground passages, for metro paths, flyovers, etc.? Then what can we expect? We have to expect global warming only, is what Joseph is telling. Vayam tu vismritavantaha eva. We have indeed forgotten. What have you forgotten? We have forgotten that Ekena shushka vrikshena dahyamanena vahnina dahyate tadvanam sarvam kuputrena kulam yatha. Ekena shushka vrikshena dahyamanena vahnina dahyate tadvanam sarvam kuputrena kulam yatha. Padacheda is ekena shushka vrakshena dahyamanena vahnina dahyate tat vanam sarvam kuputrena kulam yatha. Anvaya is ekena vahnina dahyamanena shushka vrakshena tat sarvam vanam dahyate yatha kuputrena kulam nashyati. Ekena means by only one. Shushka vrakshena, dried up tree. Dahyamanena, burning. Vahnina, with fire. Dahyate, gets burnt up. Tad vanam sarvam, that entire forest. Kuputrena, by a wicked son. Kulam yatha, just as a family or a clan. Meaning is, an entire forest can get burnt up or gets burnt up because of a single dried up tree catching fire and getting burnt. Means the entire forest may be green, but one dried up tree can burn the whole forest, can create a forest fire and burn the whole forest. Similar to that, they have given an example here, similar to destruction of a clan because of a wicked son. One wicked son can destroy the whole family. The same way, a single dried up tree can destroy a whole forest. What is the meaning of this? It is important that there is greenery all around, without exception, because one dried up tree can cause total destruction or forest fire. See, this Kuputrena Kulam Yatha, a wicked son destroying the whole family. There was an incident in the royal family of Nepal just about 20 years ago, 20-30 years ago, where one prince, he took a weapon and killed all the family members of the royal Nepal family. You can look it up in the history of Nepal very recently, about less than 20-30 years ago. So that's the example given here. Next, Parminder says, yes, yetat api sarvatha satyam. This is also a universal truth. Agachantu nadi tiram gachamaha. Come, let us go to the river bank. Tatra chet kanchit shantim praptum shakshyema. Means there at least we can possibly get some peace, means some kind of relief from this heat, from this torment. Nadi tiram gantukamaha balaha. Eager to go to the river bank, the boys. Yatra tatra avakara bhandaram drishtva. Having seen heaps of garbage here and there, hither and thither, means they see heaps of garbage all around. Vartalapam kurvanti, start conversing among themselves. What do they say? Joseph says, Pashyantu mitrani, friends, see. Yatra tatra plastikas yutani, see the plastic bags. Anyat cha avakaram, and other garbage. Prakshiptam asti, is scattered here and there, means plastic bags, used plastic bags and all other garbage is scattered here and there. Look at that, is what Joseph is telling. Kathyate yat swachhata swasthyakari. It is said that cleanliness leads to good health. Means if we are clean, then we have good health. That's what he is telling. Cleanliness leads to good health. Param, however, vayam tu shikshitaha api. However, even though we are educated, we are literate, we know things, api shikshitah api ashikshita iva acharamaha, behave as though uneducated, anena prakarena, in such ways. So we are all educated people, but even then we behave in a very irresponsible way. That's what Joseph is telling. By throwing garbage here and there, plastic and garbage here and there, we do these things. Vaibhavaha, Vaibhav says, Grahani tu asmabhi nityam swachhani kriyante. By us, our houses are indeed kept clean or cleaned every day. Param, however, but kimartham swa paryavaranasya swachhatam prati dhyanam nadiyate. But why is attention not given at all towards the cleanliness of our environment, our surroundings? We always see this, even in front of big swanky offices in the cities. Everything inside is very clean, but just outside the compound of that huge building or huge office, very clean office, there will be lot of garbage, etc. strewn around. So inside we keep everything clean, but outside we are not even bothered, is what Vaibhav is telling. Vinay says, Pashya, look, Uparitaha, Idanim api, even now, Uparitaha avakaraha marge kshipyate, garbage is being thrown, dumped from above onto the road. See, this lady is dumping garbage from the balcony of her house onto the road. That's what Vinay is telling, showing to Vaibhav. So these are two boys here. Now then, what happens? Ahuya, Vinay, Ahuya, having called out loudly to that madam, whoever the lady is, Mahodaye, madam, Kripam Kuru, have grace, Kripam Kuru Marge, have grace on the road. Etattu sarvatha ashobhanam krityam. This is indeed in all ways a disgraceful act, whatever you are doing, throwing garbage on the road. Asmad sadrishebhya balebhyah bhavati sadrishaihi evam samskaraha deyaha. By people such as you, towards boys like us, these kinds of customs, impressions are to be given. Means elders are to lead by example. They should show the way how to conduct themselves in the life to the young boys. But what is it that this lady is doing? She is giving a bad example to the boys. She is setting a bad example. That's what Vinay is telling. Please don't set us bad examples. Give us the right way to do. You should not do this kind of things. You should yourself show the way, and you are yourself doing this kind of a thing. Then Rosalind, the lady whose name is Rosalind, says, Am putra, yes, O child, sarvatha satyam vadasi, you are indeed telling the universal truth. Kshamyatam, please pardon me. Idanim eva agachami, now itself I will come. Rosalind, agatya, Rosalind having come, balaihi sakam, along with the boys, sva kshiptam avakaram, marge vikirnam anyat avakaram cha api sangrahya, having gathered her own garbage, whatever garbage she threw, garbage thrown, and also other scattered garbage, avakara kandole patayati, puts it in the garbage bin. Then what happens? Balaha, all the boys, evam eva, in the same way, jagarukataya eva, only by means of awareness or proper care, pradhana mantri mahodayanam swachhata abhiyanam api gatim prapsyati. The swachhata abhiyan, the cleanliness drive, Swachh Bharat drive of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Damodar Das Modi, gatim prapsyati, means attains momentum. So in 2014, Shri Narendra Modi introduced the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, means clean Bharat. So that drive will get momentum only by means of such awareness or proper care. Vinay says, Pashya, look, tatra dhenuhu shaka phalanam avaranaihi saha plastika sutam api khadati. Cow along with the peels of vegetables. Shaka means vegetable. Shaka vegetable, phala is fruit, and avarana means peel. So the peels of the vegetables and the fruits, it is also eating plastic bags, plastic cover or plastic bag. Yatha kathanchit nivaraniya esha. This is to be prevented somehow. We have to prevent animals from consuming plastic as food. That's what Vinay is telling. Then what happens? Marge, on the way, kadali phala vikretaram drishtva. On the way, having seen the plantain seller, balaha, boys, kadali phalani kritva, having bought the plantains from that seller, the boys, dhenum ahvayanti bhojayanti cha, call the cow and feed the cow with the plantains. Margat plastikas yutani cha apasarya, having removed the plastic bags on the street on the way, pihite avakara kandole kshipanti, throw that into a covered garbage bin. Pihite means a covered garbage bin. They throw it. If it's an open garbage bin, that's not the right way to keep it, because it will spread kind of bad smell all around, and it will also attract a lot of insects and so on. So they have put it in a covered garbage bin. Then Parminder says, plastikasya mrittikayam laya abhavat. Because of the nature of plastic not decomposing in the soil or in the landfill, asmakam paryavaranasya krite, our environment, paryavaranasya krite mahati kshatihi bhavati. Paryavaranasya krite mahati kshatihi bhavati. Our environment gets vastly damaged because plastic is not a degradable thing. It does not decompose in the soil. They say that a simple plastic takes 300-400 years to degrade or decompose. So we are right now in the 21st century. This decomposes only in the 24th or 25th century, which is 300-400 years from now, which is not a good thing for the environment. Purvam tu, earlier, tu karpasena, cotton, made of cotton, charmana, made of leather, lauhena, made of metal, lakshaya, made of lac, mrittikaya, made of clay, kasthena, made of wood, va nirmitani vastuni eva prapyante sma. Objects made of only these items were available some time back. Even about 50-60 years ago, only these materials were available. Adhuna tatsthane, nowadays, in place of these materials, plastika nirmitani vastuni eva prapyante, only objects made of plastic are available. I remember in our one generation above, around the 1950s, 60s and all, they were telling that a material called bakelite is available in India, and that bakelite was such that it used to be used for switches and so on, and also plastic was used for electrical insulation. So that was the time when plastics got introduced in a slightly bigger way, and now plastics are everywhere being used. So that's what this Parminder is telling. Vaibhav says, Ghati pattika, yes, watch straps, Anyani, Bahuvidhani, Patrani, different other types of vessels, Kalam, Ityadini, Sarvani tu, pens and other objects, Sarvani tu plastika nirmitani bhavanti. Everything is made up of plastic only nowadays. Joseph says, Asmabhi Pitroho Shikshakanam Sahayogena. True, by all of us, with the support of our parents, elders, Plastikasya Vividha Pakshaha Vicharaniyaha. The different aspects of plastic are to be analyzed, means discussed and analyzed. Paryavaranena saha Pashavaha api Rakshaniyaha. Along with the environment, animals are also to be protected. Evameva alapantaha sarve Nadi Tiram Praptaha, conversing or discussing like this. Everyone goes to the river bank. Nadi Jale Nimajjitaha Bhavanti, immerse themselves in the river water. Gayanticha, and sing like this. They get very happy getting into the cool river water, getting immersed in the Dubki Lagakar, means they get immersed in the river water. They become very happy and sing like this. What do they sing? Suparyavarane jagatas susthiti sakhe jagati jayamananam sambhavas sambhavo bhuvi. Suparyavarane jagatas susthiti sakhe jagati jayamananam sambhavas sambhavo bhuvi means Padacheda is Suparyavarane asti jagataha susthitihi sakhe jagati jayamananam sambhavaha bhuvi. Anvaya is bho sakhe suparyavarane jagata susthitihi asti bhuvi jagataha jayamananam sambhavaha asti kila, means suparyavarane by good environment, asti is present, is possible, jagataha of the world, susthitihi good condition or good state of existence, sakhe oh friend, jagati in the world, in this world, jayamananam of those who will get born, sambhavaha birth, sambhavaha will be possible, bhuvi on this earth. See, the word sambhavaha comes twice but in different meanings. Sambhava means birth in the first case, in the other case it is possible in the next meaning. So as we know, in Sanskrit the same word can have many different meanings. I know that some of the words have 15-20 meanings each, and also one more thing is the same meaning can have several words. So that is the very special nature of the Sanskrit language. What's the meaning of the shloka? Oh friend, only by a good environment is possible a good state of existence in this world. On this earth, in this world, the birth of living beings who will be born in future will be possible only because of a good and clean environment. Learning is our very existence, and the birth and survival of our progeny, means future generations, will be possible only by a good and clean, pure environment. Survey everyone. Ativa ananda pradaha ayam jalaviharaha. This water recreation is indeed giving us a lot of happiness. That's what everyone says. This brings me to the end of this lesson. Kah Rakshati Kah Rakshitah, the lesson part along with explanation. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share. See you in the next video. YouTube Amarabharati Samskrita. Shubham Bhuyat. Mangalamastu. Vande Mataram. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.